Hey guys, so we are back on Horse Life because I may have accidentally, without realizing it, spread false information about Horse Life. Okay, so the other day, I think it was a few weeks ago, I came on and I talked about how I was happy that I could use my regular models in Horse Life, like the one I'm using right now. Um, Apparently it's not safe to do so. So I was doing some trading between my different accounts. And I discovered that apparently, even if it does load correctly on your end, it may not load correctly for somebody else to see. Because when I was trading in my other accounts, the clothing was still not loading for the other person's perspective, no matter how hard I tried. But it was loading fine on my perspective. So, of course, I'm in a secluded area right now. Nobody can see me. Hardly anybody ever comes to this chunk of Horse Life because it's separate from the main island. I'm actually going to walk over here a bit farther just to make sure I'm not seen. But like you guys can see right now that my model is like perfectly fine on my perspective. Like everything's loaded in properly and everything. Well, that's how it was the other day too, but I was on the market realm and I started looking between my two perspectives and I couldn't find the other person, so of course I just went to where they were on the map and I was like, "Oh, that's concerning." So, yeah, sorry for the misinformation. It is not safe to use this model on Horse Life or any of the older games yet. Because apparently, even if they do load correctly on your perspective, they may not always load for other people's perspectives. And what I mean by not loading is your basic model and your headwear, along with your hairpiece. The hairpiece is a 50-50 shot. Will load in, but every other accessory, I suppose you could say, or addition to the model, basically the clothing pieces, I'll say that, are not loading in for other people, even if they are for you. So it basically looks to other people like you're a crazy person running around with a naked model. And I was not aware till I went to trade with my other accounts. So please do not, if you're like me and you use the anime model and you play Horse Life, please switch back to one of the classics or one of the classic models before you log on, because for some reason it's just still not accepting the new layered clothing. Alright, and I did forget in my previous video to bring in my dev horses, so we are going to quickly go through that. We have Firework, who is my sun pony, who was a dev gift. We have Rose, of course, who was my dev Flora that we all got. If you logged in within a certain amount of time after the Flora's release, you would have gotten one of these. I was live when they went. I was not live, but I was on the game when they went, when the update went live. So I did manage to snag one of these. Her name is Rose, because of the rose pattern on both her neck, and she's got little flowers on her back that are called roses. And of course we all know Reaper, my ghoul steed. And I believe I have the pony as well that we're all familiar with, that I named, where'd she go? And then Key Lime Pie as well is another one of my dev horses. And that's all I really have to say. Besides, be careful what game you log into with your avatars, because you may be ready, but the game may not be. Bye guys, and be careful.